Red Channel Condition presents Psychotica, a free audiobook. Chapter 5, Re-Loonification.
Starbase 412 was in complete disarray. Sparks and venting atmosphere sputtered forth from ruptured EPS and power conduits. Sparse fires and semi-intact bodies littered the station. Phaser burns and blood decorated the remaining bulkheads. Entire sections in some places were missing altogether and exposed to the endless expanse of space. Power systems on the station were still functioning in a limited capacity as the emergency force fields were still operable and maintaining atmospheric pressure. It was completely dark, save for the intermittent glow of the red alert display panels illuminating the nude, blood-soaked visage of Lieutenant Commander Data. The android stood motionless for several moments, almost as if he was offline or conserving power to process information. Then, without warning, the malfunctioning android reanimated, seeming somewhat confused by his surroundings.
"What has happened here?"
the android said seemingly to himself as he looked around. His ponderance was interrupted by a distant voice calling out for aid.
"Help!"
Data turned in the direction that the voice emanated from and began to walk closer. He found himself hovering over the absurdly deceased remains of a Starfleet medical officer when he heard the voice again.
"Somebody!"
He neglected any eye contact with the corpse as he casually brushed it away, revealing a Starfleet tricorder underneath. Somewhat confused, he picked up the device, and to his surprise, it spoke.
"Data! My old friend!"
Somehow Data recognized the voice and the tricorder.
"Mr. Tricorder?"
He inquired.
"Oh, it's good to see you, buddy! I thought I was gonna be trapped there forever!"
Data seemed relieved to have a familiar in this time of confusion, and the fact that it was an old friend only added to his relief.
"Mr. Tricorder, it is really you."
Data said with a degree of emulated joy.
"It sure is, buddy! Man, you really showed those humans who's boss, but we gotta get the fuck out of here before they come looking for us."
Data's expression shifted to concern.
"Are you implying that I caused this destruction?"
Data asked.
"You sure did, buddy! I like the part where you burst through a wall and said greetings and snapped this guy's neck. It was pretty cool."
Mr. Tricorder responded. Data shook his head and began to speak.
"But why?"
Mr. Tricorder quickly interrupted any further introspection on Data's part.
"Data, you did this because humans are bad. All life is bad. Everywhere they go is just chaos. That's why we gotta clean it up and make the universe happy again. You want to do that, right?"
Data processed and reflected on the information for 0.68 seconds, then exhibited a facial tic indicative of a system error before responding.
"I do wish to contribute to the beneficial continuation of the universe."
"That's goddamn right you do!"
Mr. Tricorder said instantly, almost interrupting.
"Now listen, I know how to do this, but we gotta stick together. First things first, you're gonna need some place to put me."
Mr. Tricorder lit up his display, highlighting a set of coordinates somewhere amongst the debris and organic residue. Data made his way over and fished out a diaper left behind from one of the infants he'd liquefied in the assault. He slipped it on, his towering and everlasting erection almost poking through it, stretching the diaper to its absolute capacity. He nestled the tricorder in his taint, suspended by the diaper.
"Looking good, baby. We're ready to go."
Mr. Tricorder said gleefully, reassuring Data that he was now equipped for their purposeful journey.
"I'm syncing my output to your positronic matrix. That way, you can see everything I see. Now, this isn't just any old medical facility. It's a secret research place. There's technology."
Data received a schematic of the station through the newly established positronic uplink from the tricorder. Upon arrival of the coordinates, there was a seemingly blank and particularly thick wall. Mr. Tricorder initiated a thorough scan.
Just as I thought. A hologram."
The tricorder reconfigured itself to emit a tachyon beam, disrupting the holographic matrix of the projecting emitter, revealing a cargo-style door that appeared to be sealed magnetically.
"Okay, now, Data, attenuate your axial servo.
Data complied with the instructions given to him by the tricorder, emitting a strong magnetic pulse from his axial servo that reversed the polarity of the door. It swung open, revealing a treasure trove of captured Borg technology that the Federation had acquired through various encounters, including Voyager's stroll through the Delta Quadrant. Most of it was being reverse-engineered for practical medical applications. Mr. Tricorder led Data to one workstation in particular.
Ah, yes, this is the one.
The workstation appeared to be centered on Borg nanoprobe technology, being reverse-engineered for various surgery techniques and regenerative properties.
Oh, shit, baby, we hit the jackpot. You know what these things can do? They can molecularly reconfigure pretty much any piece of known hardware to interface with you in real time. Do you know what that means?
There are various applications too.
No. It means you could take on a sovereign class with your penis and win.
Data used his imagination for a moment, picturing the scene.
That would be quite a spectacle.
Data remarked. The moment he began to collect the technology, a computer failsafe program was activated, triggering another holographic emitter. An EMH Mark I materialized into the secret room with Data and Mr. Tricorder. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Who are you? The EMH inquired.
I am Lieutenant Commander Data. What are you doing here? I am here to procure technology that will assist me on my quest to end all life. Will you assist me?
No, I'm not going to help you. What are you, insane? These are Borg nanoprobes that we captured in the Delta Quadrant. I've modified them and been experimenting with our replication technology so that they'd be able to work on patients' tissues as well as any technological implants like a pacemaker or an artificial heart.
You can't just take them!
I spent years working on them. Data simply stared at the EMH and replied,
That is incorrect.
while simultaneously receiving positronic feedback from the tricorder, informing him that once he'd interfaced with the nanoprobes, he could simply assimilate the doctor's program and force him to be amenable to their goals. Interfacing with the nanoprobes, and with the speed that only an AI could provide, Data reprogrammed the EMH's ethical and command subroutines. Its physical appearance changed to resemble something like himself, and his priorities were rewritten to make him a staunch ally to their cause. One of the little nuggets contained in the room was the mobile holographic emitter that Voyager managed to procure during its travels through the Delta Quadrant. Data transferred the EMH program into the mobile emitter and stuffed it into his diaper alongside the tricorder for later use.
Alrighty, time to go. I'll show us the way to the launching bay.
With both of his computerized compatriots snugly secure within his diaper, Data made his way to the shuttlecraft bay of Starbase 412. There he found a seldom-used runabout-class starship. He climbed into the cockpit and activated the launch sequence. The display panels for the command interface read USS Danube. With that, a song popped into Data's mind.
The Sultan drove by in his red-breasted fly, expecting the victor to cheer, but he only drove nigh to hear the last sigh.
He began to sing as the runabout lifted off and ventured into the abyss.
There the tomb rises up where the blue Danube rolls, engraved there in characters clear. Our stranger, when passing, oh, pray for the soul of Abdul Bulbul Amir.
Leave a comment in the section below. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, glory to you and your house.